Social Media Marketing 101. I'm not going to introduce myself anymore. I'm pretty sure you already know who I am. But okay, for those of you guys who don't know who I am Daisy Santos. I am the Chief of Operations Officer for the company Get It Done For Me. And what I do is I train people to do tasks for our clients in the States, uh, Europe, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Asia. And when I say tasks, it's not only focused on social media marketing, but we also do SEO, uh, e commerce, blogging, anything and everything you can think of under the digital marketing umbrella. We also do customer service, appointment setting, executive assistant tasks, and all that. We also develop websites and so on. But for this particular video, I'm gonna give you an overview of the social media marketing tasks that we do for our clients. And we start with, so you're given a client, right? You're given a client and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know where to start, right? Because when you're doing social media marketing, what you want to do is to understand first what your role is and what is social media marketing. What's our purpose for the clients? So, as a social media manager, your role is very crucial in helping our clients achieve their business goals. And you do that through effective social media marketing. You will also be responsible for managing their social media accounts, creating and publishing content, engaging with their audience, and analyzing and reporting on the success of their campaigns. So it's not limited to just posting and publishing graphics and videos on their social media accounts. We don't limit ourselves to that. We do the whole A to Z. We do the whole shebang. We optimize their accounts. We make sure that all the tabs in their Facebook profile for Facebook, their Facebook business page, for example, that all the tabs in that page are optimized, that it has the about information, it has the phone number, it has the email address if the client's open to giving their email addresses. And we make sure that the banner for or the cover image for their business page is branded, that it's in line with their branding, it's catchy, it grabs the attention of the people checking their pages out. We want to make sure that the profile image is in line with the brand. We want to make sure that the logo is in there. So that's the very first thing that we do. We optimize their accounts. We don't want to touch accounts that are not optimized. We want to make sure that their Instagram account is a business profile. We want to make sure that their LinkedIn account has a business account as well. We want to make sure that their Twitter is optimized, their YouTube channel is optimized, more importantly. We want to make sure that they have TikTok if they're open to using TikTok. We want to make sure that their Pinterest has been optimized as well. So we check each of those accounts first before we even do the publishing. Do they have chatbots in place? Are the cover images on point? Are the profile images on point? Is it linked to their website or their landing pages? So those are the stuff that you look into when you are given a client. You check out their accounts first, each of their profiles first, and then make sure that they are optimized. And then we strategize. We do a competitive analysis. We do an ideal client profiling, and so on. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let me move on to the next slide. So I want to make sure that you understand first our purpose as social media managers for our clients. We're the specialists. Our clients, they don't know the latest strategies for social media. Most of them are like us when we didn't know about social media marketing. We just post on Facebook, we just post on Instagram. We didn't know about the 9x9 grid. We didn't know that Instagram is all about visual, that it's about design, that 9x9 grids are to be planned ahead, stuff like that. They don't know those. They just you're a regular person using social media. So our role is to be that specialist. Our role is to strategize for them. Our role is to make sure that their social media profiles are working to the best possible, to the best of its ability to help their businesses grow. So that's our role. Now, social media marketing with AI. In the past recent months, actually, in the past 3 months or so, we've been hearing a lot about AI. Oh, I'm recording this video in April 2023. Okay, so in case you watch this months from now. So in the recent months, we've been hearing a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, and how it's changing everything about marketing. And there have been talks about, social media marketers being obsolete, virtual assistants being obsolete, article writers, you know. But you know what? That's not true. We're gonna make AI our bitch. Yes, I said it. We're gonna make AI our bitch. We have to be its master, and I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Okay, it's very important that you shift your mind a little, and learn how to use AI to your advantage, and that's what we're gonna do. So, in our company, we utilize the power of AI to enhance our social media marketing strategies. You are the human being. You are the person who thinks. AIs don't think, they don't have emotions. So that's our edge over AIs. And some people would say, some clients, they would say, what do I need social media marketers for when I can just do it myself? I can just ask AI to spew out social media posts for me, and I can just post it. There are schedulers available, and I can just post it there, and it would take me a less amount of time and save me a lot of money if I do it myself, and if I just get ChatGPT or Jasper or whatever AI is available, right? But the difference is that, aside from the fact that we're going to save them that precious time, they pay for less, and we have thinking heads. So that's what we do. We think. We put emotions in the text. And that's what we are going to teach you in this strategy that we implement for the company. So, that said, we will introduce you now to ChatGPT. I'm sure you're already familiar with ChatGPT, but are you familiar with the prompts we're about to teach you? So I personally engineered some of the ChatGPT prompts here, and some of them came from our digital marketer tool, our membership digital marketer, and we're a certified partner there. So we get to use all these amazing tools from them. But I have a comprehensive collection of all the ChatGPT prompts that you can use. But those are to guide you only. So the idea is to guide you to the prompts until you get the actual output that you want it to tell you, to give you. So it's like a funnel. So first you ask, it's like getting to know a person, right? If, say, for example, you want to get to know a person, that a stranger, you don't just ask a stranger right away, where do you live? What's your address? No, you don't do that. Of course, you have to tell the person your purpose first for asking that address. Actually, in the first, in the initial contact, what you want is to get its name. What's your name? And then, hey, are you interested in whatever it is that you are offering or whatever? And then, would you be comfortable giving me your address so I can send you this product or service or whatever that you are offering the person? So you don't jump right away to the address. You ask for general questions first, easier questions until you get to your target. So it's kind of like the same with ChatGPT. You start with general ones, and then you make it as targeted as possible through your sub prompts, through your succeeding prompts. Or you can also do it one time, but it's a little challenging because when you put all those command in one prompt, there's a great chance, there's a risk that ChatGPT will get confused. So there's a reason why we do it in succession. We'll get to that more in a bit. But what's the use of ChatGPT Plus in our role as social media marketers? It's to aid us. It's not the one who's going to do social media marketing for us. That's very important to know. It's not the one who's going to do social media marketing for us. It's just something, it's just a tool to help us with, to make our role in the client's business more effective, more efficient, and for us to deliver the results that they need. Okay, so we use AI tools to generate the following for our clients. We use it to get to know the customer avatar or the ideal client profile of the client. We use it to create strategy plan for the client. So it has to be customized for the client. It depends on the client's needs. And it depends on the client's niche. It depends on the client's voice, the brand voice. It depends on the client's area, geographical target. It depends on a lot of things, actually, the demographics of that target niche and all that. So that's where we base our social media strategy plan from. And then we use ChatGPT to help us get to that plan, to help us give us ideas as we do the strategy plan for our clients. Now, social media keywords research. We also use ChatGPT to get to the social media keywords that we need for the posts that we make. Yes, social media profiles are not really for SEO, but it still counts. Social media still shows up on Google My Business. And apart from that, social media profiles are also search engines. People type keywords on the search box of Facebook to search for stuff that they want to know about. Same for Instagram, same for TikTok, same for YouTube, more importantly, and all the other social media platforms. So people type questions on those search boxes. They type keyword phrases. They type those to look for the answers to their questions. So that's the reason why we want to do keywords research. We want to know what they're typing on those search boxes. So that way, those are the keywords that we're going to target when we do our captions for our posts. And we also use ChatGPT to give us content ideas. There are times, especially since social media marketing is creative, there are times when we reach a block where there's just nothing creative coming to us, right? And that's where ChatGPT is very helpful. You can just prompt it, hey ChatGPT, give me ideas, give me social media post ideas for whatever topic you need, right? Or for example, if you need to create a reel or short form video from scratch, you just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, can you create a video script about this topic? Or can you send me a list of top 5 questions being asked by this demographic about whatever the niche is, or whatever the brand is about, or whatever the business is about. And then it gives you that list, and then you ask it to, can you give me a short video script about this question? So now you have a video for short form video for that particular question, and that would be providing your niche the answer to that particular question that they mostly ask on social media. So that's how we use ChatGPT, and it's very helpful. You can also ask it to fix your grammar. So now we don't have to worry about your grammar. You can ask it to sound American, because that's the challenge. Sometimes the Filipinism. We think in Filipino, and then we translate it in English, and it doesn't sound American at all. It sounds awkward most times when we do that. So you have to think in English, right? It's for you to sound American. But with ChatGPT, that's not going to be a challenge anymore. You can just type your caption there for your post, and then you can ask it to, can you rewrite this to sound American? It can even sound like a cowboy or whatever niche you have. You know, can you rewrite this to sound like an old woman living in Manhattan, New York? It can do that. So that's what's amazing about ChatGPT. But the goal is to know the prompts, to know how to ask it. So it's kind of like a relationship. Like with your boyfriend or your husband, or even with your children. Actually, you want to know more, but you don't know the right question to ask to get them to give you the answer you need. So you gotta know how to ask the question. You gotta know the how and the what of it. Okay, so that's what this is about. Now, copyright and licenses. You know, when we do social media marketing, we use a lot of videos and photos. When we have clients that are just onboarding, when we onboard new clients, what we do is we request them for photos and videos. We ask them to provide us with photos and videos that they own. And about 70% of our clients wouldn't have photos or videos that they own. Some of them are not comfortable being in front of the camera, just like I am. This is the first time I'm doing this, where I am also in the training video. So, bear with me. Anyhow, so most of them, they don't have these assets for marketing. So that's a challenge for us. How do we look for the photos? I mean, what photos do we use? What videos do we use? We create them from scratch. And by that, we use Canva, we use Pixabay, we use other tools that we have, Animaker, Video Blocks. We have all the tools that you need to perform this role. But it's very important that you know about copyrights and licenses. Because if we don't know about the copyright laws in the States, in Europe, and whatever country your client may be from, then you risk getting sued and having to pay a huge amount of money. This is very important, okay? I know you're not newbies in social media marketing already, but up to this time, in my more than a decade in this business, I still see a lot of social media marketers using photos that has copyrights. Okay, so make sure, please, that you go through these links. You have a copy of these slides. I won't go through them one by one, but I need you to go through these links and make sure that you study them and take them to heart. Never ever use photos and video clips that has copyright issues. Okay, only use the ones that are royalty free and are free to be used commercially. Please go through this. Important, important, important. I cannot stress that enough. Now, we go to the details, the details of social media marketing. When you're given a client, I mentioned earlier, the first you do is you make sure that all their accounts are optimized, right? That it has the correct banner, it has the correct profile, that all the tabs are working, it has the links, important links in there. You know, our goal is to drive traffic to their website, to their landing pages, to their Shopify site, you know, to sell products if they're an e-commerce client, Amazon links and all that. So we want to make sure that all those are in the profile of their social media accounts. So next up is, you know, before we even draft our posts for the client, we need to know who we're posting for. If you're talking to a 3-year-old child, you wouldn't use highfalutin words. You may be even using baby talk to get through them, right? So you need to know who you're talking to. Am I talking to a 3-year-old child? Am I talking to someone in their teens? Am I talking to divorcees? Am I talking to newlyweds? Because the tone for each of those people I mentioned would be different from each other. So you have to get to know who you're talking to, who is the customer avatar for that particular client you're assigned. So to effectively identify the customer avatar of the client, we need to fill out this sheet right here. This is the ideal client profiler. Oops. Whoopsie, what did I do? Okay. So this is the ideal client profiler. It would have the demographics and interests, previous actions, purchases, key purchases, their before and after state. What is their state before they bought the client services or products? And then what is their state after they use the products, or they after they've had the service that the client provides? So we need to fill this out. And now you're going to ask me, Chief Daisy, how would I know how would I know what their before and after state? And that's where Chat GPT comes in. We have prompts here, ready prompts for you here, but I don't want you, let me just put this out there, I don't want you to be dependent on these prompts, because sometimes ChatGPT, we have a paid account for ChatGPT, but by the way, we have ChatGPT Plus. So that's what we use to do these things. It's way better than the free one. And we use the version 4, not the 3.5. You're free to use that for social media marketing. Anyhow, so we don't want ChatGPT, we don't want to copy and paste whatever ChatGPT gives us. We still have to have thinking hat on. We always have to think first. Is it the correct information? Is it a correct answer? Is it what we're looking for? Does it align with what the client is about, with what the brand is about, with what the business is about? So we have to think, we have to factor those stuff in before we get those answers from ChatGPT. And if you're not getting the answers that you're looking for, you have to generate sub prompts. Ask it again, rephrase the question that you asked it, or maybe add more details to the question that you've asked it, and stuff like that. All right, so here are the prompts that we have. I'm not going to go through them one by one, but just to give you an idea, these are the prompts that we have for the ideal client profile. And this needs to be done in succession. Okay, you have to do it one by one. And when I say succession, in order of how it's written. So first you ask it, can you help me identify customer demographics and interests? And then you say, my company, the name of the company. This is where you provide the details about the client you're handling. And then if you want to do survey, you can do this. You can ask this prompt. And then, of course, you skip it. If you don't want to do a survey, you ask this one next, and so on and so forth. And that's how you get the answers and put it on the client's ICP sheet, or ideal client profile sheet. I'm not going to use ChatGPT, not right now, but let me go back to our slide quickly here. So once you have identified all these, this will give you a better idea, a clearer idea of who we're speaking to. And that's very, very important. So you know the right words, the right tone, the right voice to use when you post your videos and graphics on all the client's social media profiles. That's very important. And when you have done this, make sure that you save that thread on ChatGPT, because you're going to use that same thread to ask it for social media ideas, to ask it for the customer value journey, which we're going to get to in a while. You need that same thread so ChatGPT could always reference to the ideal client profile that it generated early on. So let me give you samples here. So this here is my personal ChatGPT, but as you can see, we have several clients here for YouTube, for social media. What I do is, to save that thread, you make sure that you edit the thread title. Okay, so if it's NutriSoccer is the name of this particular client, and I put hyphen and SM, so I know that this thread is for their social media thread. So in the beginning, I asked the same question: can you help me identify customer demographics and interest? And then it goes to reply, yes, I can certainly help you, yada, yada, yada. And then I gave it the company details. Okay, and these company details are going to be provided by the client. And if not, you can check out their website. You're going to be given tools to research what they're about, their product and their demographics or target niche. You're going to be given the basics, but we want to make it targeted. That's the whole point in this exercise. So now they're going to get, ChatGPT is going to give us the demographics based on our answer, their interests as well. And then I ask it to give me the previous purchases they may have made related to the product that this client is selling. And then it gave me a list, and so on and so forth. So you see, I also asked the before and after state the customer, and it responded accordingly. Now I'm asking for ideas for reels or short form videos. See here, I asked, give me reel video ideas around this raw production video I have. Okay. And then gave me ideas because this particular client sent a few seconds of raw video about the production of their supplements. So I had to have idea on how to incorporate that for our social media marketing, and this is what it gave me. So it's going to be easier for ChatGPT to give you answers because it has the ideal client profile that we asked earlier as reference. Okay, and here, see, can you draft social media posts based on your recommendation? Okay, and then there you go. All the social media posts. And again, the tone of the post are based on the ideal client profile that we made. So that is very, very important. And remember that ChatGPT Plus is limited to 4,000 characters only for the entire thread. That includes your command prompts as well. So what you do when that happens, when you have already used up the 4,000 characters, is you can always go back to your previous prompts, except for the ideal client profile. You don't want to erase that. Just click this, the edit icon right there, and ask the question, save and submit, and it's gonna delete the succeeding threads, the succeeding chats after this one that you edited. Okay, that's one. Or you can start a new thread again, but you have to do the ideal client profile once again. And it's only going to take you 10 minutes to do it. Trust me, I know, because I've been doing this a lot of times. It's not going to take you ages, just 10 minutes or 15 minutes tops. And that includes identifying the client details. So this is how ideal client profiler, the chat prompts look like. Now we go to the next slide because I have a lot of stuff to discuss to you. Customer value journey. Now, customer value journey is the process of turning prospects into loyal customers. So, in the beginning, when you like a business page, actually, you don't even like it right away. When you come across a business page in your Facebook accounts and your Facebook news feed, um, you're not customers right away. You just become aware of that particular product, and that is if their post is catchy enough that you wouldn't scroll up, right? Sometimes we just scroll up. We don't even read the first two words in the caption. So in the beginning is awareness. Again, if the post is catchy enough, if it resonates with me. So it's very important that our post resonates with the niche or the ideal client that who we are targeting. So in the beginning, there's going to be awareness. From awareness, we want to move them to engagement. What does that mean? From awareness, I'm going to like that business page because it resonated with me and it's something that I'm interested in. I want to check it out. What is it? What is this page about? But I'm not committed yet, right? I'm just gonna check it out. Maybe I will like the page. See what future posts they're gonna have, and but I'm not really committed yet. I'm not into it yet. It's just something that I've done absent-mindedly maybe. So we wanna engage with them next. We want them to start commenting on our post, right? We want them to start liking our posts. We want them to start hearting our posts. So and then commenting or responding to our posts. If we have survey type of posts or poll questions on our posts, we want them to respond to that. That's where engagement begins. Or maybe they would even send us a direct message, right, on our social media profiles. So that's where engagement begins. And then from engagement, we want to move them to subscription. By subscription, that's when they actually like the page or they even sign up for our newsletters. And when I say our newsletters, I always mean the clients, right? So they maybe want to sign up for our newsletters. They maybe have given us their email address when they signed up for our newsletters. Maybe we have given them an offer of free PDF files or a free ebook of some sort, and they availed of that free ebook. See, there's no commitment here yet. It's a semi commitment because they're getting it for free. They're getting the service or the PDF or the ebook for free, right? So but there's that semi commitment already because they provided their name and email address. So that's the subscription stage, and this is where we begin to form a relationship with the client. So that now there's a relationship between the customer or the client and the brand or the business. Okay, there's a connection already because we provided them some sort of service. Maybe they sent us a message, they gave their phone number to get a free service or whatever. And then the next stage after that would be the conversion. We want to convert them. So from just a subscriber to our newsletter, or from just someone who got a freebie that we offered, we want to convert them. We want them to be a buying customer. We want them to purchase our products, or the client's products, of course, is what I'm referring to. They want them to purchase our products or our services next. So that's our goal. From awareness, we want to move them to engagement. We want to move them to subscription. We want to move them to conversion. We want to convert them. And it doesn't end there. We want to create excitement. So for example, we are selling, what's hot in the Philippines right now? Okay. For example, we're selling sunscreen because it's summer while I'm taking this video. So for example, we're selling sunscreen for the face, and we want to make them excited about that. Hey, they purchased this sunscreen and they like the results, right? Now they send us a feedback. We want to get their feedback about that. We want them to continue participating and engaging in our social media posts. Now they are proud owners of the sunscreen that our clients are selling, that our client is selling. So we want to get them to that stage where they're excited. They're proud of the positive experience and they're excited about the brand. And now we want them to be moved to ascension. So after using the sunscreen, I'm so happy about it. I'm going to buy again and again. And when you're happy with a product or a service, what do you usually do? You recommend them. You refer them. If it's a service, you refer them to your friends and family. If it's a product, you post about it. You rant and rave about it on your Facebook account or your Instagram or whatever social media profile, social media account you're into. And you tell them about your friends and your family that, hey, I got this sunscreen, it's really effective. You know, I didn't get burned. I was at the beach for a month and my skin is still flawless, and you know, I still have that fair young looking skin whatever. So you want them to be a promoter. That's our goal for our clients. That's what social media marketing is about. Actually, that's what all digital marketing is about. So again, you want them to be aware of the business of the brand. While we do our social media marketing, our posts, our goal in the posts that we do for the client is to make their customers aware of the business. We want to catch their attention. We want to grab their attention. And then we want to engage them. We want them to subscribe. And then we convert them. And we continue to engage them. And we want to excite them. We want them to be repeat customers. We want them to advocate for us, for the business, and to promote them to their family and friends. And that's the only time you can say that your social media marketing strategy, the social media marketing that you're doing for the client, is successful. Okay? Again, when you've moved the customer from all these stages up until it's promoting the client's business already, that's the only time your social media marketing is successful. So the importance of branding. Branding is very, very important. You know, it's very critical in creating consistent and memorable image for our client's business. As social media managers, we must ensure that all social media content aligns with our client's brand, messaging, voice, and fonts. Like Jeff Bezos say, your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. So the brand voice, this is the personality of our client's brand. And if it's let's go back to the sunscreen example that I gave earlier. If it's sunscreen, what is the voice of that brand? You know, someone maybe Kikai, someone who's very conscious about beauty, someone who's very who's very aesthetic, you know, someone who loves makeup and skincare products, right? So the voice of that person would be someone like maybe Ann Curtis. So someone like for local artists, or someone like maybe I don't know, Gwyneth Paltrow, because she's into all organic and all that diet that she's doing. So someone who's very conscious. So that voice, that's the voice, that's the personality for the sunscreen example that I made. So you need to identify that. Is it a cowboy's personality? You know, is it someone who's old? Are we targeting retirees? So that's going to be the voice, so that the customer can relate to our post. And then the brand colors and font are important. What's the font style for your client? You need to identify that before creating the graphics. What are the brand colors based on their logo? Is it pink? Is it black? Is it blue? Then if that's the case, then our graphics should show that. Those brand colors should be evident in our graphics. It doesn't necessarily mean that if it's blue, our background is going to be all blue. A touch of blue here and there, and then neutral colors like black and white, that's fine, but because too much of brand colors isn't nice too. So again, you got to have the eye for design, but you cannot mix it with other colors. Okay, just neutral colors, black and white and gray, and of course the client's colors. So that's how important branding is, because like when we see, let me see, I'm thinking of an example. When you see Nike, this is so old, but when we see a check sign, uh, when we see an orange check sign, we always think of Nike right away, right? So anything that's orange and with that check sign, automatically we think of Nike. When we see capital letters K, F, and C, we always connect that with Kentucky Fried Chicken right away. Well, it could be something else. Those letters KFC could mean something else, could be an acronym for a different business, but we think of Kentucky Fried Chicken right away. What else? Um, Thinking of a better example. Gosh, I can't think of a better example. Anyhow, I'm trying to look inside my house for something, but all I see are fish items and baby stuff. Anyhow, but the whole point is that we want memory retention for the customers. That when they keep seeing our post, if the brand color is blue, they keep seeing the blue color in our post. Next time they see blue, they think of our brand right away. Try to observe yourself when you go through your news feed. You will notice that this is the same case for you. When you see the same branding, when you scroll through your news feed each time, and then when you see those similar colors somewhere else, you think back to that brand. So that's how important brand colors and font is, and brand design for the graphics. Social media strategies with AIs. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now that you have the ideal client profile, you know the importance of the customer value journey, and you also know the importance of branding for the client. Next would be to identify the strategy that you're going to follow for this particular client, and you got to stick to it. So what we do is, again, we have a set of prompt for this. So we identify the kind of strategy we will implement for the client for each of the platforms that they'd like us to use. Some clients would have Facebook group because they want to start a community, or they already have a community that they want to enrich and to grow. So that's part of their social media profiles, and we need to strategize on how to achieve those goals for the clients too. And Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, so we need to identify what type of strategy we're going to do, what approach are we going to do for each of these platforms, since it's going to be different for each of these sites. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. So it has to be specific to each of the site. Okay, and here is where you will find the prompts to create a strategy plan. Now again, disclaimer: these prompts, I've tested these prompts already. So this is in our Trello SOP board. But let me get to the prompts right away. It's here somewhere. Whoops. this. Okay. Okay. So this is the prompts that we use for for us to get a social media strategy plan for the client. But make sure that you're using these prompts in the same thread as the ideal client profile that we did earlier. So again, always in succession. So one by one, this one first. When you get the answer, you move on to the next. And if you didn't get the answer that you want, you always need to refine your questions. Okay, polish it. Ask more sub-questions until you get the answer that you want. And when you get that answer, that's the only time you move on to the next prompt in this sheet. So I'm not going to go through them one by one anymore, but you pretty much have an idea on what that is. But let me give you an example here. Let's do this. Here's an example of a social media marketing plan I created for this client. Okay, so we have the objective, we have the avatar for that client, we have the strategy for each of the platform, we have the video strategy for the client as well. There's a template for this. You're gonna get this template also, and so you just have to fill them out as you do the strategy on ChatGPT. And as you can see, we also have ideas, content ideas per platform. For IG, for the short form videos, we have content ideas as well. We have hashtag recommendations, but these are just recommendations. We have a separate hashtag strategy aside from this one. Okay, and of course we have the conclusion, and then we send this to the client for approval. When they approve, that's when we move on to the next step. So we have our ideal client profile. We know our purpose as their social media marketer. We know about the customer value journey already, and we are going to identify what type of post we need to do under each of those stage in the customer value journey. And now we have a strategy plan in place as well. So our next step would be to create the actual posts. Now we create the drafts for the client, but let me show you customer value journey. This is also linked in this slides that I showed you. This is for the brand voice. Okay, here are the prompts. So you get the brand voice. So this is, again, it's important that you only do this once you already have the ideal client profile in the chat thread for ChatGPT. So important sequence is everything. Okay. So you just pick the prompt that applies to you. Okay, if you want to know the brand position, the core message, if you're doing a landing page, you use this prompt. If it's a copyright for a message, and if you are going to do posts already and the client is still in the awareness stage, the customers are still in the awareness stage, like for startup businesses, it's still just in the awareness stage, this is the prompt to ask. Now when you want to, maybe you've been doing awareness posts for quite some time now, you want to mix it also with engagement, right? Even if it's just a startup, you want to mix it with engagement posts as well. So this is the prompt to give you ideas on the type of posts for engagement purposes. And then when you move them to subscribe, and when you're in the excite stage, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm telling you guys, these prompts are amazing. I need you to utilize all these, all provided to you. You just have to refine it, polish it, and make sure that you're thinking, you're being smart. You know, you're being really smart while you're using the tool, because a tool is only as good as the team or the person using it. Okay, again, the tools we use: Trello, You know that already by now because of the intro video. ChatGPT Plus. We use Canva for our graphics. We also used to use Visme, but we stopped using that. We also have a PicMonkey account. Stencil, we used to use that too. But right now we're focusing on Canva. Canva has AIs already integrated to it, so it's amazing. You can do bulk uploads on Canva, so you can do it like 100 quotes from you prompt ChatGPT to create 100 quotes about whatever topic you want. Put that in a spreadsheet, upload it on Canva, select a template, and bam, you have 100 quote graphics at your disposal. So that's amazing. Canva bulk uploader. We also use Animaker, Video Blocks, and Video Maker effects for our video editing tools. We also use Descript and InVideo and Content Reel for video editing, for hardcore video editing, and some short form videos as well. But I only listed Animaker, Video Blocks, and Video Maker effects here. We also use Wave.video, by the way. And of course, Google Workspace, GDoc, Google Sheets, and whatnot. Okay. Who are our clients? I mentioned this earlier already. 80% of our clients are realtors, but we also have other types of clients like agencies. When I say agencies, they're also digital marketers, or maybe they are their business focus is more on landing pages and or email marketing, and they hire us to do the email copies for them, or to do the landing pages for them, or do social media marketing for their clients, and they label that as theirs. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like they are outsourcing the service they provide their clients, and they claim that it's them doing that task. So that's called white label service. So we have agencies in our company as well. Those are one of the types of clients that we have aside from realtors. We also have coaches, life coaches or fitness coach or business coach, creative coaches. So we have those type of clients too. We have e-commerce clients too. These are the ones who sell physical products, and it varies. We have clients who sell clothing. So they sell. We have a client who sells dog leash. So it varies per client, but we have e-commerce clients as well. So as you can see, the approach for social media marketing would really vary depending on the client, and again, depending on their niche, depending on their geographical target. We have clients from Australia who are targeting customers from the States. See, it really varies. Now, I need you to go through these links. Each of these are hyperlinks, so you can go more in depth in the strategies that we use for our clients. Okay, so for Instagram, these are our strategies for them, for the clients, and I need you to go through these one by one, please, because when we hire you and when we see your outputs, the expectation is you will implement the strategies that we promise our clients. Okay, our clients subscribe to our services because we promise them that we are gonna implement for them these strategies that I'm teaching you now, that I'm showing you now. So please go through these links one by one. Okay, and this one for Twitter. As you can see, we have strategies for each platform. Please go through these one by one for Pinterest, short form videos, and all that. Click those one by one. Now, as a reminder, doesn't end there. We need each and every one in the social media marketing team to be certified in social media marketing. That is one of the things that we tell our clients when we tell our leads. When I try to close them, and when Coach Katarina tries to close them, we tell them that our social media marketing specialists are all certified in social media marketing. So normally here in the Philippines, to get trained, you have to pay. And you know that. I just saw, one of my old friends, when I was starting virtual assistant. She's now a coach, and she charges each one $200. That's about $200, 10,000 pesos to be trained by her on how to get clients. That's a huge amount here in the Philippines. So normally, for us to get trained, we pay. Um, that's how it goes in the virtual world. But here in Get It Done For Me, we're gonna train you for free. You're gonna get access to trainings and modules and courses that's worth thousands of dollars. We pay for them. Coach Katarina pays for them annually and some monthly for hundreds of dollars. But you're gonna get access to them for free. That's one of the perks. That we have a plethora of training materials for everyone. If you want to upskill, you have access to those trainings. If you want to learn about something that's not social media related, you just have to go through our SOP Trello board, and I'm pretty sure you'd find the kind of training you're looking for. You can access them. We're generous in that sense, and that's one of the perks that we offer the tribe members. And for social media marketing, I mentioned each one of you would need to be certified. Okay, so it doesn't end here. So social media is not just a platform, it's a powerful tool to connect, engage, and inspire. Let's harness its potential and create a world where businesses thrive and communities flourish. It's a powerful tool, really. Whatever you publish out there, it can reach thousands of people. So it's very important to keep that in mind, that that responsibility, and with great power comes great responsibility. Go Spider-Man. Now don't forget these bulleted points here, please. You have to study the client, speak to their niche, study the branding, study the client's geographical area, and all that. Please go through this slide and all the rest one by one. These are very important, especially with studying the client's geographical area. You can use Google Earth for that. Okay, so when you use Google Earth, you'd actually see the houses in there. You'd be virtually walking on the streets. You can get a feel of the neighborhood. If the houses are, Victorian type, if the homes are all bungalows, if they're mostly two-story homes, the kind of homes that they have, are they mostly cabin type, are they log homes or stuff like that? So it's important that you know the geographical area of the clients. This is especially important for realtor clients. Okay, so let's go through that one by one. No, you go through it one by one. I already know these. I don't want to read them all to you because you have a copy of this. Right? These are very important, guys. These are the best practices that we'd like each and every one to implement these. And you need to study this too. Analytics. Let me just briefly discuss that. It's important that you always check the analytics for each of the social media account that you're handling for the client, because with analytics, that's how you know which type of posts are working and which type of posts are not, and then you tweak it accordingly. And you also get to know what time during the day is best to post, which ones get the most engagement. Is it working if you post in the afternoon? Does it work in the morning, or is it best during nighttime on weekends? So you get to know that by studying the analytics. And with that, you are required to send social media reports for each of the platforms every month. TM Shane is going to assign that your way. But here are some sample reports that we send to the client, again for accountability and ownership, because we want to see what progress you make. And it's also your pride, when you see that you have grown the client's followers from 100 to 500 to 1,000. That's your pride and joy. I mean, you're actually performing the role you're hired to do, and you're really a specialist. And you have something to show for. It's documented. It's all you. It's your work. So these reports are really important. It's important that we document everything. And of course, like I said, you are required to get certified on the after your first month with the tribe. So we are going to give you access to the very very expensive social media marketing course that we have for digital marketer, as a certified partner of digital marketer. And we're going to give you access to that. You're going to get paid for that training. You don't only get free training, you also get paid. What? So again, we are going to be given 2 weeks to go through those training. Actually, that's a lot of time. You can do it in one sitting. Most of the modules or the courses would be about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes long, with about 8 modules. So you can do it in one sitting, really. And we need you to take down notes and let us know when you have completed that, and you're going to get a certification that you own. See, when you get that certification, it's something that you can brag about with your peers, right? So that's amazing. Okay, now the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. So teamwork. I'm all about teamwork, guys. Let's collaborate. Let's talk about your challenges, and let's share it amongst the team. Let's collaborate. Let's share our best practices. Let's share our struggles. Let's ask questions, and let's share our answers. You're gonna find that we're gonna add you to a Google chat space exclusively for social media marketers in the tribe, and that's where we collaborate. So teamwork is very very important. You're not alone as you go through this. I'm gonna be working closely with you. TM Shane is gonna be there. Your fellow social media marketing specialists are gonna assist you all through it all as well. And Coach Katerina is gonna be available to you as well. We have plenty of resources. We have an SOP board where all the training materials are provided for. And so, good luck. And I'm excited to see your outputs. Welcome to the tribe.